This is Caffeine and Octane, which is got just about everything, and people are generally pretty respectful, so it's nice to come and actually like talk to people that genuinely enjoy cars.
Caffeine and Octane we've been coming to for years now. We're always wanting to come out here because you see some of the nicest cars ever here.
Caffeine and Octane is the largest monthly car show in the world. Regularly we have about 25 to 20,000 spectators each month, every first Sunday here in Atlanta, and about 2,000 to about 2,500 cars that come to showcase for free.
Is that your car?
No, my name is Nick, and I'm just hanging out on a nice Sunday at the one meet that I enjoy coming to. Hoshi Motion. I import cars, which I just started doing like full-time like a year ago. This is my dog right here. This is Hoshi. This is the mascot. The variety is quite nice. I can talk to just about anybody about any car, and they're usually pretty keen to tell me about it. Doesn't matter like where it's from or how old it is.
Here you're gonna see a lot of very high quality builds and cars that are driven here. So it's a lot more impressive to a lot of us to come here. And then we get to talk to other builders and enthusiasts. That's another part of the really good part of the Caffeine and Octane events.
And it is one of the only types of car meets where you're gonna have every make and model, right? And it's also the largest of its scale. So you're gonna have everything from Dodges to Jeep June, where we do a specialty just on Jeeps. You're gonna have the Porsche corner, you're gonna have the exotics lot. It's got everything for every type of car person, and people really like it. So that's why we put it on every month. People keep showing up, so we keep showing up.
The vibe here is a lot better. We always joke about going to like night meets and stuff, and it's a bit seedy and sketchy sometimes, and there's always a chance somebody's gonna like send their Mustang right into your car. So this is usually a bit more casual and a bit more easygoing. So.
They're open. Like everyone here, you talk to them about their car, they're gonna tell you exactly what they did and how they did it. And you say, hey, where do I buy that part? They're gonna tell you. They're not gonna keep a secret like sometimes people do at racetracks.
It's a 1991 Nissan Skyline. There's more names to it as well, but it's like the longest car name in the world, so we'll just stick with Nissan Skyline. I feel like most people, when they get a Skyline, they own it for 3 months, and then they realize it's a 30-year-old Nissan, and then they sell it. But I've had this for about 7 years. Everything's been done to it. I don't know if there's a bolt left that I haven't like touched or stripped out. This is a GTST. It came with the 2-liter. I've put the 2.5 in it from an R33. The turbo is a Pulsar version of the GTX 3582 Gen 2. Yeah, I painted it myself. I've got all real GTR fenders on it. They're aluminum fenders. It doesn't like lag like crazy. It spools up at like 3,000 RPM, so it actually is very drivable. It's like, you know, still good on like the city streets, but it makes about 700 horsepower right now. The car is at what I like to call like a stopping point for right now. Like it's probably gonna stay this way for like 2 years, and then I'll tear it all back down and do it all again.
The reason we have such a variety of people that come here is because of the variety of cars, so there's kind of a car for every person. And the fun thing about Caffeine and Octane is you come and you find the car of the month for you.
Like I spend so much of my life in a car just driving and commuting, so I made the decision that if I was going to drive a car so much, I was going to enjoy my car. But I think it's mostly about like, you know, identity and personalization. You know, what kind of car you drive says a lot about you. Even if you don't really know much about it, it still says a lot about you.
It brings people's artistic creativity out, but then it also brings their science part of people's minds out too, and it's a good balance of that.
People come here and they find what car they could imagine themselves driving.
I think people like to, they like to show off, first of all. I mean, that's why it's bright blue, and I tried to park in a good spot. I like to show it off. But they also like to do that because it sounds cool and it's loud and people think you're cool for doing it.
I love a good like windows down, blasting music until I'm deaf type of like outdoor car drive, you know? Like on a nice, beautiful stretch of highway, going legal limits, of course.
This is a prototype. It's not all done yet, but we've had a couple that are complete. That latch on, it actually converts the car from a T-top to a target top. And I do all this carbon work myself. These parts are high quality, really lightweight. They're strong, they're all epoxy, and they're infused. So I make these each by hand to order. Hi, my name is Anthony Fregola. I'm the owner of XV Racing. We're here with our Tesla swapped MR2. It's a 91 MR2, and it has a Tesla large drive unit out of a P100D. This is the first one running in the world that we know of. We literally got it running last night. Really excited to get it on the dyno at Fuel Tech. They own this motor and they brought it to us and they said, hey, we want something electric, we want something to control. This will be a feasible kit for people in the future. When we get smaller and lighter batteries, we will eventually be making a bolt-in battery tray that you won't have to cut your tunnel out of the MR2. Big thanks to Fuel Tech, thanks to Hux Racing, XS Motorworks, and Invoke Pro, which is Rashad, for doing all of the legwork, getting the parts and tuning, wiring, everything we had to do to get this thing done in a short period of time.
We just bought a racetrack, so that way, you know, there's been a lot of pressure around the concept of street racing and legal street racing, so we wanted to provide a legal facility for, you know, the car community to have an outlet to show off, you know, have burnouts, have drag races, have all that stuff. And we're up in Brazelton. We just bought it in January and we do events every Friday. It's high octane racing on Friday from 5:30 to 10:30 up at Linear Raceway.